All right. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see. Uh, yeah, sound is good. Let me know if you're here. I'd appreciate it. And that sound is good. Um, hello, hello, hello. Welcome. It is Wednesday here in the Crafty Casita. I'm live. I've moved the camera over just a little bit so that you see more of the closet. Um, I'm going to try and keep the picture-in-picture thing going, but I got some stuff, some tech stuff to figure out, which is fun for me. Hello, Yolanda. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for watching, and that sound is good. Awesome. Um, let's see. Um, what was I gonna say? It's Wednesday, so that means I'm here live at 10 a.m. I have a lot of tabs open on my computer right now. I usually don't. I usually like have maybe three. I think right now I have like eight. It's kind of like my brain. My brain is just like, ah. So this should be fun. But as usual, we're going to make a card. And it's a Christmas card because I'm diving deep into all things Christmas, fall, all of the Burr months, right? That's a thing now. So let's make the craft table bigger and we will, let me see. Nope, that wasn't it. There we go. Okay, well, let me see. Ah, I just keep clicking buttons. We'll see. Okay, we'll stick with that one. So if you stumbled upon this video, my name is Jennifer Olea. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I love all things paper crafting. This is how you can find me on all of the socials. I'm pretty easy to find. Today's card is somewhere. These are the products we're going to be using to make it. So that's fun. But did I walk off with the card? Oh my goodness. Oh, it's here, right here. I have this little slot right here that's in between two, like the crate and this little stand that I use, and I put stuff there, but I always forget to look there. So I have to train myself. Okay, so we are going to be using some designer series paper. What does designer series paper mean? It means pretty paper. Stampin' Up, I feel, has some of the best paper. The quality is amazing. As you can see, we've already dived deep into all this Christmas. I've got lots of scraps. And here's some of the paper. This paper is 6x6, and you get some really cool little images with it also. You guys can see that there. Oops. So let me show you some cards that I've made with it in the Good morning, Mom. Thanks so much for being here. So here's some cards I've made with it. These were some Real Red cards that I post on Friday. Real Red? No, that's a color. Real Red is a color from Stampin' Up. But these are red, remember everyone deployed. I always post something red on Friday to help us think about all service members that are deployed. Here's another card using the same paper, right? And some of this paper, so like this right here is already on the paper, and then this is a little punch out right here. You guys can see the dimension there. Yeah, there you go. So I just added a little bit more texture to it. This card I ran through with an embossing folder. I really like how that turned out. And then this guy, I just used all the different colored pattern paper, designer series paper, to make this card. So, but here's the card we're going to be making today with an embossing folder. This guy. Peaceful Greenery. We're going to be using these dies right here that come from, this is the Peaceful Moments bundle, but we're just going to be using the big label die right here today. And then we're going to be using this stamp set for the trees. I really like this pine tree trimmings because it has like realistic looking trees and then, you know, like a kind of funky. This card would be really cute, like if it was in bright colors. I typically do traditional colors for Christmas, but this would be really cute, like in a Calypso Coral or Melon Mambo. So we're going to be using that stamp set, and then this is the card we're going to create today. So there's that. What else? Oh, we're going to be using these. Oh, that's where that came from. I just put that. Okay, we're going to be using these little foamy stars, which are actually part of the Halloween suite. So don't look at stuff and be like, oh, I can only use that on Halloween. Well, of course not. This little star is super cute. It's foamy. It's sparkly. You guys see that? And I thought it would really be really cute on the top of that tree like that. So we'll be using those. You guys don't let me forget to do that. You guys know how I get sometimes. Pretty forgetful around here. So let's start making a card. We are going to be starting with our card base, which is seafoam, soft seafoam green, soft seafoam. It's a very, very light green. It's your traditional card base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25. And then I've got some layers of cardstock. I have Real Red, which is 4 by 5.25, and then I have Garden Green, which we're going to run through the machine in the embossing folder. So we're going to do this guy. And the really cool thing about this embossing folder is that it has a place for your label to go right there. So the dies coordinate with the embossing folder. Well, you know, Stampin' Up is great at the coordination, so it kind of coordinates all together. But you could use everything individually also. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. All right. So I have to think about what sandwich I want to make here. Okay. So with the little kiddos that I've been working with, I have been watching videos. And so like, I don't know, next week or the week after, we're going to be drawing George Washington's face. I like stamping because I'm not an artist like that. I'm not a drawer, but I watched the video. I did it. So let's cross our fingers that first graders and second graders have the same success. We'll see. Should be interesting. Okay. You guys see all that texture? I love it right there. Okay. So we have that. We're also going to be using, like I said, let's see, do I want this one? Which one did I use? Yep, the biggest one. We're going to be using this die to cut out a piece of basic white that we're going to be stamping our greeting on, but adding our greeting to that. Let's see, can I do it this way? Yes. All right. So let's roll this through the machine. Probably should have stamped first so we could roll through the machine only once, but we'll just go with it. All right, so we have that piece. And then I feel like I don't really do this a whole lot, is that, oh, Yolanda said beautiful embossing folder. It is. It's gorgeous. I've seen it on, have I done anything on Sparkly? I've seen it on foil paper, and it's just amazing. So like shiny silver, shiny gold, gorgeous. Okay, so I have a piece of designer series paper here, and I kind of like this guy for the tree. So we're going to stamp the tree onto the designer series paper. If I can find the stamp. So we're going to ink it up using garden green. I'm pretty sure. There we go. And then we're going to use this as our focal point for the front of the card. Okay. So let's stamp right here, like so. And then we will cut this out with the die, because I have the die sitting right here. Of course I do. Look at that. The die for the tree cuts out all 3 trees, right? It's the same die. Cuts out all 3 different trees from the stamp set. So we'll bring this guy back in, and we will cut it out. I'm going to use some sticky tape just because my plates are a little warped. Sometimes, oops, especially when I'm on camera, things, well, not even just when I'm on camera, these little dies will move like so, especially because I've got a big piece of 6x6. If it was a little smaller, then the piece wouldn't like hit the side. Okay. So there's our die. Pop this off. And there's our tree. Cute, right? This goes there. Now, we could definitely build, I think, I don't know, let's do a little more, because I have this die sitting right here for the leaves. I think we'll, and I've got some scrap paper here. Let's cut out a couple pieces. Or, I don't know, we'll see. To put like behind the tree. Let's see. Let's try it and see if it works. Does it work? Doesn't work. All right. Let's do that one. And pop it out. Let's see. All right. So my crafters that are watching, have you guys already started your Christmas cards for the year? Hopefully. Let's see. And then I'm going to go back again, get one more. Oh, I did want to mention, so Stampin' Up tomorrow is having a stamp sale. We just got word, what's today, Wednesday? We just got word yesterday. So Stampin' Up is having a stamp sale. Say that 5 times fast. Tomorrow. So all of the stamps are going to be 15% off, and some of the stamp tools. I don't know what exactly that means. They haven't told us that part, but tomorrow at midnight, well, or tonight at midnight, however you want to think about that, it will go live. And so let's see, Yolanda said, yes, you and Henry are starting. That's awesome. Very, very cool. So what do I say? The stamp sale is for tomorrow only, 24 hours. So if you guys are local, then I do have a couple of stamps I think that are on my wish list. I'm going to have to look at them and see. Um, and then I will be placing an order tomorrow after 3. So I do work tomorrow. So sometime after 3, I'll place an order. So if you're local and you want me to put an order in for you, just let me know. Um, One of the great things about being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator is that so like you get like the perks of both. So you get the Stampin' Up! Is having a sale, right? So 50% off a stamp set, plus you get your demonstrator discount. So it is a really good thing. Um, you kind of get like a sale at a sale. So if you've ever thought about being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, let's chat. I think I might go like this to kind of highlight the embossing folder down there. So, all right, so let's start building the card. Let's do our first label or layer like so. Oh, that reminds me. I need to bring labels to work tomorrow because the kiddos are going to grow beans. Like the science project, you put a bean in between paper towels and then it grows. And so we have to label the bags with the bean or that are going to have the beans. And I was like, I have labels. I have a label maker. Okay. Um, so let's do this layer. And then I'm going to pop up the Christmas tree with dimensionals. I want big dimensionals. I have them handy. Let's see. Yes, I do big dimensionals for this Christmas tree. And by big, they're not really big, but we also have mini ones too. So let's pop up this guy on our label. Like so. And then I'm going to put these little sprigs back here, and I think I'm going to do it like this. Oop, not that way, this way. So to do this, I think we talked about this last week, I'll use glue dots just because they make less of a mess. And I don't mind peeling off the little doodads. Now, you don't need to like do all the leaves, just a couple of points will work just fine. To attach these guys to the front of your card. I would kind of just make sure you do one at the top. Let's see, how many did I do there? And I always try to do usually like 3 will work. Let's see. And then of course your nails have to work. Or your pick a tool, you can always pick these guys off. So, and then peel this guy off like this. Yeah, so think of me, I think it's next week. We're drawing George Washington's face. Oh, think of me. If I actually, I'm pretty sure I'm the one that's going to be like doing the drawing. So if I bring it home, I'll post a picture of it. It's going to be quite hilarious. We'll have to see how that turns out. Okay. Do I want to pop this up? I don't think so. All right. So there is this, like so. And then, let's see. There's that. Okay. Nope. I want bling. Of course I want bling. Who doesn't want bling? Well, we have the stars. See, I remember the stars. That's good, right? So we have these little stars. They're so, so cute. Let's put this guy on top like so. And do I want any more? I don't know. We'll see. Let's see what else do I have. I think I want something shiny. Shiny. Maybe just regular rhinestones. The star. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Right? Of course we want bling. And I think I'm just using some standard old, not old, because these are new, but classic. That's what the word I was looking for. Not old, classic. But I think everything I like is classic now. But rhinestones. So these are great because they're just a little bit of shiny, a little bit of sparkle, and they I'm pretty sure I've shown this on video, but you can color these too. So like if you wanted a real red one, you could take your real red blend and just color it, and then it would be real red. If you wanted a garden green one, you could color it with your garden green blend and it would be garden green. I don't know that I could ever do one garden green though. I think that would be, in my brain at least, I think that's a little weird. But some people love green. But I have done Night of Navy before, so some people would probably think Night of Navy bling is weird. But okay, so here's the front of our card, like this. And then we're going to do the inside, because of course we are. We're going to, I thought about doing just like the tops of trees on the inside of the card with the greeting. So let's ink this guy up and just kind of, let's see if this works. Guys, come along for the ride with me. We'll see if this works. There we go. All right. And then I want sending Christmas wishes, and I want that in real red, because real red and garden green to me are classic Christmas colors. Very, thank you, Yolanda. I'm glad you like it. Okay, so I also oh no, what happened? All right, let's see. Did that work? Did that put sound back? I don't know what happened, guys. Sorry. Um, anyway, that's our card for today. Hopefully you like it. I will be dropping a fun fold video on later today over on YouTube, and check your emails for that, all the directions and all the fun stuff for that. But thank you guys for being here. Not sure what happened. Oh, it's back. Good. Thank you, Mom, for letting me know. Um, thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.